You grab the same bag of chips you've been buying for years. Same brand, same flavor, same price. You get home, open it, and something feels off. The bag seems lighter. There's more air than you remember. You eat the whole thing and you're still a little hungry. You're not imagining it. That bag lost an ounce, maybe two. The company changed the amount inside and kept the price exactly where it was. No announcement, no label that says now smaller, just less product in the same wrapper. This is called shrinkflation. And it has nothing to do with inflation. This is not your money losing value. This is a company making a deliberate decision to give you less while charging you the same and betting that you won't notice. Those are two very different things. And this video is about the second one. Here's how it works. At some point, a brand's costs go up. Could be the ingredients, could be packaging, could be shipping. The company has two options. Option one, raise the price. You see it immediately. You might complain, you might switch brands. The move is visible, and people react to visible moves. Option two, keep the price the same and quietly shrink the product. Most people don't notice right away. The ones who do are annoyed, but usually keep buying. No headlines, no social media storm. Margins protected. Companies ran the numbers. Option two wins almost every time. And this isn't guesswork. There's research on it. People who find out a product shrank feel about 7% more cheated than people who find out the price just went up. More cheated by the hidden move than by the honest one. So companies picked the hidden move repeatedly across almost every category in the grocery store. Let's look at the scale of this. 1/3 of the 100 most common grocery products tracked between 2019 and 2024 got smaller. Not cheaper, just smaller. Family-size Frosted Flakes went from 24 ounces to 21.7. That's a 10% reduction in product. But the price barely moved, which means the cost per ounce went up 40%, not 10. 40. One powdered drink mix brand shrank 50% in 2025, went from 6 packets to 4 packets. Same box sitting on the same shelf. Tropicana narrowed its orange juice bottle, dropped from 52 ounces to 46. Customers figured it out and stopped buying. Sales fell 19%. Paper products were hit the hardest. 60% of items tracked had fewer sheets per roll since the pandemic. Toilet paper, paper towels, same price, less product. 75% of Americans say they've noticed something is off with the products they regularly buy. Among those who looked into it, nearly half stopped buying that brand entirely. And yet it keeps happening. Because for every person who notices and walks away, there are several who don't. Now, here's the part that's harder to swallow. The Federal Reserve found that 42% of the price increases between 2020 and 2022 went toward boosting corporate profits, not toward covering rising costs, toward profits. Which means a lot of companies weren't shrinking their products because they had to. They were doing it because they could, and the environment gave them cover. Everyone was talking about how hard things were. Nobody was watching the ounce count on the back of the cereal box. Shrinkflation wasn't a response to hard times. For a lot of companies, hard times were the excuse. If this is the first time you're seeing this described as a deliberate strategy rather than just something that happens, that's what this channel is about. Every video on designed economy starts with something you already feel in your daily life and ends with a clear look at the system behind it. If that's worth something to you, subscribe and hit like. It helps more people find this. Now, because shrinkflation has a cousin, and a cousin is harder to catch, it's called skimflation. With shrinkflation, the package gets smaller. With skimflation, the package stays exactly the same, but what's inside gets worse. No size change, nothing on the label you'd notice, just a slightly different ingredient list buried in small print that most people never read. A popular spread quietly cut its olive oil content from 21% to 10%. Same jar, same price, same spot on the shelf, just less of the ingredient that made it worth buying in the first place. A chicken enchilada product reduced how much chicken was actually in it. Same package, same price on the front. Less chicken inside. But skimflation goes way beyond food. Hotels eliminated daily housekeeping during the pandemic and called it a health measure. Then they called it an environmental initiative. Now it's just standard policy. and room rates are back to where they were or higher. The housekeeping didn't come back. Customer service lines that used to connect you to a person now route you through automated menus that can't actually solve your problem and eventually just disconnect you. The company cut staff costs. Your bill didn't go down. Airlines removed seat padding to reduce weight and save on fuel. Legroom got tighter. Overhead bin space shrank. Checked bags that used to be included now cost $35 each way. You're paying more and getting less space, less comfort, less of everything that used to come with the ticket. Restaurants stopped bringing free bread. Portion sizes got smaller. They started describing smaller plates as artisanal or chef curated and charged the same or more. Software companies took features that used to be in the basic plan and moved them into a higher tier. The base price stayed the same. You either pay more or lose access to things you were using last year. You're paying the same. Everything around you quietly got worse. And unlike shrinkflation, there's nothing to tip you off. No ounce count that dropped. No package that shrank. Just a worse product or experience in the same wrapper, and sometimes a price increase on top of that. So, what do you actually do about it? Stop looking at the price. Start looking at the unit price. Every grocery store in the US is legally required to display the price per ounce, per sheet, or per count on the shelf tag. That small number in the corner of the label is the only number in the aisle that's hard to fake. A product that still costs $4.99, but whose price per ounce went from 49 cents to 56 cents, just gave you a 14% price increase without touching the number you were watching. The shelf price hid it. The unit price shows it. It takes 3 seconds to check. Most people look at the big number and move on. That's exactly what companies are counting on. Get into the habit of checking the unit price on the things you buy every month without thinking. The regulars. Those are the products most likely to have quietly changed. When something shrinks, treat it as a signal. That's the moment the store brand or a competitor has a real shot at your business. And it matters more than it feels like it does. PepsiCo reversed some of its shrinkflation in 2024 and added chips back to bags that had gotten lighter because enough customers stopped buying. The math changed when enough people walked away. Most people don't walk away, not because they're fine with it, because switching feels like effort when you're already tired. Companies know this, and they count on it. For services, do this once a year. Look at what you're actually getting versus what you signed up for. Not the marketing description, what you actually use. Streaming platforms raised prices, added ads, and broke their libraries into multiple subscriptions. Gyms added fees. Phone plans quietly dropped perks. If what you're getting got worse while the price stayed the same, that's skimflation. Most companies will offer you a discount or a better deal if you call and say you're thinking about canceling. They just don't tell you that option exists unless you bring it up first. Shrinkflation and skimflation have been around forever. Roman emperors mixed cheaper metals into coins to stretch their money supply without admitting the empire was struggling. Medieval bakers made smaller loaves when grain got expensive and hoped nobody checked the weight. The tactic is ancient. What changed is that now you can see it if you know what to look for. The unit price is on the shelf tag. The weight is on the label. Your subscription history is in your email. Your bank statement shows what you paid last year. Companies built their entire approach to this around the assumption that you won't compare those numbers, that you'll keep buying the same things out of habit and not notice when what you're getting quietly shrinks. Most people don't compare, not because they don't care, because nobody told them it was worth checking. Now you know it's worth checking. Pick one product this week, something you buy every month without thinking. Check the unit price. Compare it to what you paid per ounce last year if you can find it. One product, one number. See what you find. Have you caught a specific brand doing this? Name it in the comments. The product, what changed, when you noticed. The best ones become the next video. Subscribe to Designed Economy. New video every day. Next, why your rent keeps going up, even when your landlord swears they're not being greedy.